Today on the podcast, we are talking about everyone's favorite topic, and probably everyone's favorite topic for the foreseeable future, AI. And I ain't talking about the answer. I'm talking about AI, artificial intelligence. The positives, the negatives, and are there any in betweens? Don't know. We're going to find out today on the Frame Money Podcast, which starts right about now.
It's a frame of mind. The way that you think, the things that you say, shape it all. It's a frame of mind. Ways to improve the things that you do overall. It's a frame of mind. It's what you say.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frame Money Podcast. It's your boy Simbawa Nibali Jr., aka TK. Along with my man Omar Williams, we call him O, and Denise Obi, we call her D Nice. Y'all say what's up to the peeps.
What's up, good people?
Hello, hello, hello.
It is another lovely Wednesday morning, and y'all know how we do. We get things started and popping, but before we do, it is Affirmation Wednesday. So, if you got your affirmations ready, if you got it memorized or whatever you got, let's get that going, get that grooving, and let's make it do what it do. Are you ready? Here we go. Today will be a good day. Today will be a great day. Today will be an awesome day. Today will be an amazing day. Today will be a phenomenal day. Today will be stress-free. Today will be a stressless day. Today, I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Today, all circumstances, issues, and situations will work in my favor. Today, all things will line up for my good. Today, I'll become better than who I was yesterday. I am a go-getter. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am an overcomer. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I take authority over this day. I will dominate this day. I will conquer this day. And everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed, because I am more than a conqueror. Let's get it started. So, before we do get started, I guess I missed the memo for today, because you get in the video portion of this, you can tell that everyone's wearing blue except for me. So I feel some type of way about that right now, but that's all right. That's okay. I got on my white shirt, my white tee. I'm good to go. So, AI. Now, when most of us hear the word AI for the past, I don't know, 15, 20 years or so, AI was associated with the answer, Allen Iverson, right? We can all say that, right?
Mhm.
But now AI has a different connotation to it and a different meaning, which is artificial intelligence. And I have to say, I didn't think or know that I would be living in a era of AI. And AI still has a ways to go based on what the future has shown or told us as far as movies and what technology still has yet to do. But in all of that, we're going to start on the downside, and then we'll finish up on the positive side, because this is, the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast, where we kind of talk about things in a positive way, but we also have to talk on both sides. We're going to start low, we're going to end high. All right, start low, end high. So we're going to start with the negatives of AI. So I'm going to let Owen and Denise jump in here early and put their thoughts out there, and then I'll say a few things, but I really want to get their perspectives on this, because I talk a lot on here, and I'm gonna take a step back and let y'all talk to the people more today than me. So, O or Denise, whoever wants to go first, what are some of, or however many negatives that you see when it comes to AI now, and what we might see as negatives for AI in the future? Go.
You want to
Want
go
me
to
to go
these? Okay.
first? That's
Yeah,
fine.
you can go. You can go first.
I think the main thing it's ruining is creativity. Creativity is being ruined like crazy. Artists aren't creating music like they used to. Um, Music is not the same. It's not. It doesn't have that same vibe and feel as it is because somebody's writing it. They have a ghostwriter, an AI, or um, some people who are good with technology are using artists' voice and copying it and making all these new songs. Like I listen to a lot of like reggae music, and this guy he took six different reggae artists and created a whole 5 minute song with every artist and put it on Instagram, and that song went viral. And then people
Wow.
didn't know. They're like, "Oh, when did you drop this?" And then the actual artists that were singing on the track, they had to come out and say, "That's not me. Like that's not us." And so I think it's ruining creativity. It's kind of ruining the divide of where creativity meets authenticity because they're both. It's kind of like if you have somebody else doing this for you. So it's like, does the artist really need to show up? Does the artist really need to be on stage to perform? Um, yeah, it's ruining creativity altogether. Another downside of it is I'm seeing a lot of impersonations. Like I'll go on YouTube and I see, say like a famous doctor for instance. I'm thinking the doctor is the one talking to me, but whole time it's his AI. And people are being fooled by all this stuff. People are getting calls from scammers thinking it's like their relative, but it's a whole AI robot copying their voice. So it's like
Mm.
it's ruining creativity. It's not good. It's not good. That's the downside. My main things with my issues with AI is that, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, what you got?
Well, I'll say like one of the main things that I think a negative with AI is going to be a lot of jobs, getting taken, right?
Right.
Automation is going to take jobs. Um, AI is going to be doing a lot of these like minuscule things,
Right.
as we go now. Like you can go to a shop, a cash registerless or cashierless store now. That's all created with automation. Like a lot of jobs will be taken. I also think too, with that kind of along the lines of the creativity, it's going to be a lot of copycats, right? Like people
Mm.
are just going to say, "Oh, I like how Lecrae did it," just like you said he did, and I'll
Right.
put a Lecrae type beat with a Lecrae type flow and a Lecrae type whatever, and I become Lecrae, and
Right.
I just put my name on
Mm.
it, package it, and I can send it out as me.
Mm.
That's the one thing. Also think too, AI can be, because humans prompt it, it can take on biases.
Mm.
So for
Right.
example, if because we do it, I can take on, or it can take on my hate, right? Like so now
Mm.
I'm logging in trying to find out. So say I go to Chat GPT and I try to find something out, it can actually be biased, and you don't
Mm.
know it, and you become so dependent upon it. Then now it starts to shape your frame of the world because you're relying on. You're no longer searching things now. You're just
Right.
relying on what the AI gives you back, and it's just a language model. So it's not like it doesn't know anything. If that makes any
Mm.
sense. But I don't know if
Mm.
you
Got
want
you.
to get too deep into it. But it knows everything, but it doesn't know anything except what it's told to know. If that makes
Right.
you
Right.
got me. So if
No, I
you
got
got
you.
me,
I
so
got
if
you.
I'm giving it,
Yeah.
I can almost reshape history with it
Right.
if I know what I'm doing, if I'm smart enough, and people start just relying on what this is telling me. So you can say who were the first
Yeah.
people to migrate in America, and they can name a whole other person than it was. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and as time goes on, we know who it may be, but as time goes on, they can start changing this stuff and tweaking it, and
Like
before you know it,
Beyonce.
Mm.
yeah, what
Yeah.
happened?
Now it could be like, yeah, Beyonce
Yeah,
discovered.
Beyonce discovered
It's
America,
like
and then the kid,
you can't really say anything, right?
you're gonna ask your
Yeah.
parent like, it's gonna be 55 years from now. You'll ask your mom, who discovered America? I think go to ChatGPT. I think
Right.
Beyonce did it, didn't
Exactly.
she? So
Exactly.
That's crazy.
again, I'm being funny, but that could happen, right? Like just the biases
Yeah.
of humans getting plugged into these language models and giving you information that's not necessarily true. That's my last point.
Got you. All right, so let me go back to Denise with creativity. I 1000% agree on the creativity part. And I'm gonna give my short version of this, not the long version, but my short version of this is that you said the music sucks, pretty much. That's basically what you said. Music sucks, right? And that's not me saying that all music sucks. I'm not saying that. But again, I think there's the copycat phase going out there, copying people. You're not coming up with creative ideas. You're trying to sound like somebody else, slap your own name on it, like O said. And then overall, anybody can be an artist nowadays because the authenticity doesn't have to be there. All you have to do is depend on AI or whatever, and boom, you got a bona fide star. Because all you have to do is get enough hits on YouTube, get the right algorithm for whatever, and boom, you're out there, right? I'm a big music person, so I 100% agree with the creativity of it. Now, that's not saying creativity doesn't exist, but creativity is not what's being
Right.
pushed because creativity takes time, and everybody don't want to take time and do that. And the industry wants to make as much money as they possibly can, so putting out more and more and more quantity as opposed to quality is what's driving things. I'm gonna leave that right there. Going back to as far as job security, I mean, that's been going on for a good minute now. And over time, I mean, in the next 10, 20 years, who knows what jobs are going to look like with AI, I mean, if you go over to Asia, they got robots serving you
Oh,
food.
good.
I mean, they're like so technically by the time America gets where Asia is, we're gonna be 7 to 8 years behind them or more because they got AI everywhere. Everywhere. Serving you food, pumping your gas, doing your hotel room, cleaning your hotel room for you, giving you your towels, check you in at the hotel. Like AI is everywhere in Asia, and it's just like the tip of the iceberg for them. For us, we haven't even gotten that far yet, right? But there's AI here. The AI from a technology standpoint, the impersonations, copying people, pictures on Instagram and social media aren't even pictures of that actual person. It's AI that's done it. So you don't know what's real and what's not real, right? So, and then the hate, the Omar talked about, not the hate, but the bias that it can take on. Though the fact of it being able to rewrite history, like that's dangerous, really dangerous. Because now, where does truth lie? Where does truth lie? I don't know. Which is like, okay, do we believe and keep hold of what books in the past have been passed down to us, or are we going to allow AI to rewrite the history books? Just saying. So that's kind of where I am with it. Then other thing, I think one more thing that I think Denise said, it was about the one thing I kind of wrote down was you said that artists are saying, "Hey, that's not me on the album. That's somebody else impersonating me." It almost reminds me of the show This Is Us, except for this is not us. It's somebody else impersonating me, sounding like me, or AI taking my persona and putting it into the song, right? To a large degree, I mean, I don't know if there's a law against it or a law that gets to talk about it, but that's intellectual property. So it's almost as though like AI has no boundaries. There's no governing over AI. Like AI is just like running wild. Now it's not running wild yet, but it's kind of like there's nothing stopping it from running wild and just doing what it wants to do. So that's my take off what you guys said. Anything else you guys want to add to any of the negative effects of
I
AI
think
that we've experienced so
I
far?
I, I think it I think it's going to turn everybody into like a cyborg. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like it's going to be man mixed with machine. Like so, like human interaction is going to go to an all time low if it's not already.
mm,
Like human interaction, like I don't even know people get like we can just get together on a Zoom now,
right.
right? Like
yeah.
we can FaceTime each other. People do a lot of
Mm,
text messaging. There's no like personable times to have anymore. It's just you don't even deal with people at stores anymore. You go to I mean I don't know about you guys, but I go to my
mm,
Dunkin' Donuts app. That's not a plug,
Chick fil
but
Chick
mm.
fil A, Chick fil
I go
A.
to my Dunkin' Donuts. I go to my Chick-fil A
Goodies.
app. I go there, they hand it
Right.
to me. It's not really. I'm not speaking to anybody. I might walk in, take my bag. It's like that's what's happening with it's
Yeah.
but that's like it's a price you pay for
Mm,
convenience. How much do you
Yeah.
want convenience? Do you
Yeah.
want to interact with people?
yeah. I think I'm at work. I'm seeing it
Yeah.
where we use Microsoft Teams for like mostly all of our meetings, and I think a couple months ago, it
Mm,
was like some AI software that downloaded, and what it did is it went into our meeting and it was listening to the whole meeting and it transcribed everything in the meeting, what every one of us said in that meeting. And my boss at the time, she's like, "Oh, this is great! Like AI can tell us." And I was like looking at her like, "No, that's not." And IT had to come out and say we have to shut this down because it's listening on the because like we do some confidential work and they're like listening on stuff. They were like, "Please don't engage in this." And it just literally like read everything to us. This is what you
yeah.
said. This is what Denise said. And then it gave us like almost like a checks and balances. Like, here was the problem. This is a solution on what you should do to like get this order out on time. And they're like, don't engage in it, please. So
Yeah.
that's another downfall of it.
Yeah. See, now that right there,
Right.
again, where does truth lie?
Mhm.
Right? Like, is AI telling you the truth about what your problem is? Or is AI just giving you a solution based off the data that has been given from based off your conversation? Right? So I think those are very dangerous things to look at. Now, listen, O said something about Chat GPT earlier about how it said, hey, like who discovered America? Oh, go ask Chat GPT.
Right.
Now, me personally, I use Chat GPT every now and then. I don't use it all the time. But this is how I use it. And this is not I'm not telling you how to use it. I'm telling you how I use it. I will write something up and I will say, okay, this looks really good. And sometimes most times I'll send something out in an email or whatever, business wise or whatever to people. And I'm like, this looks good. I've reread it about 5, 6, 7 times. I've made any corrections, send it out. Then there'll be times I'm like, okay, I need a second set of
Mm-hmm.
eyes, a third set of eyes. So I will type it in the chat GBT and see what suggestions they have. I may use the suggestions, I may not. But what I always try to do is to make sure whatever I'm sending out business wise sounds like me, not like I chat GBT'd it and just stuck it in there and just put it out there. Right. Now, that's just me. However it is you use it, I'm not saying you're using it wrong or using it right. That's what I do. I do take bits and pieces, or I will say, I think what I have here is great. I'm going to go ahead and send this. So I think it's again, that does take away from creativity and it takes away from brain activity because now you're not having to think about what you're writing or what you're saying. You're relying on Chat GBT to do it all for you, and you're just copying and pasting. And I think me and my wife were talking a few days ago about college students. It's like How do you know that a college student wrote this
You
paper?
don't know. Yeah.
How do you not know that ChatGPT didn't do it for them?
Right.
That's a whole nother topic that we may not tackle today, but I'm just saying that's something to think about. Because now, technically, it's not plagiarism. You use something that is a general product that everyone can use that helped you, information that helped you write your paper. It's not plagiarism. But the future look at that is when you get into the job force, the workforce, and you have to do things like that. And let's just say, for instance, technology goes down a day or two, or ChatGPT is not available to you. Now you're exposed. Now you're exposed. That's all I'm saying. So, any other thoughts on the negative effects of AI from anybody
I'll
before
say
we
add
move on
into
to the
the
positives?
college stuff. Even look at resumes. Like some companies now, they have AI detectors to know when people are using AI to write a resume, and they'll just say, okay, they're not. This word's not plugged in. This, and the resume will be rejected. So that's another.
Mm,
I mean, it's a good and
mm,
I say good and bad, but that's another one to think about.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. Make sure you get your resume right. I'm just gonna say that. Get it right so you can get hired. That's all I can say. Are you looking for an apparel company that's positive, uplifting, and truly cares about you? Then look no further. Frame of Mind Inc., an apparel brand company, impresses on individuals to think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. Get positive apparel such as t-shirts, hoodies, and wristbands for children, teens, and adults in various colors and sizes. Customized services include logo and t-shirt design, screen printing, and embroidery for individuals, families, schools, profit, and nonprofit organizations. You can reach Frame of Mind Inc. at 302-689-3499 or visit their website at www.frameofmindinc.com. Frame of Mind Inc. Think it, speak it, achieve it.
It's a frame of mind.
All right, we good?
Yep.
All right, well, let's move on to the positives. Like, what are the positives of AI? What do we see as positives for AI as a whole now and for the foreseeable future that we see coming down the pipe? What do we see?
Go ahead. I'll let you know first. Yeah.
I go. Okay. So I think the positive is just it now gives people. I think people get time back, right? Like we probably spend 80% of your time doing tedious work and 20% of the time doing real work, right? Like writing emails, right? Like if you had a personal assistant to just write it for you, like rich people have been doing for years, it gives the rich people more time to do what? Create, think things through, be more like actually come up with great ideas. But if they got to sit down and type up every email, write every, do every little tedious piece of work, it can take from them. So now you got AI, you can actually make it work as like a personal assistant. You know what I'm saying? It can also help with your
Well,
creativity, like you said. You put in. So just like it was bad for creativity, it can help with creativity. You actually put in what's creative and see what it some suggestions. Like you may put yours in and give me 2 to 3 more suggestions of how you think I should. How would you go about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you get expertise now, right? So like you can pull in from, again, if you know how to prompt it, you can pull in from different expertise and come up with something really good. Yeah, I think it's going to help for jobs too. It's going to be new jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I think people will get more family time. I'm more about the time of it. Like I don't think we'll be
Mm-hmm.
working as much doing the little things, doing the monotonous things. I think we'll have more time to be with our families, to not be working day and night. You know what I'm saying? And I just think our time will be back. Now, hopefully, we use that time to be with our families. Right? We get all this time
Mm-hmm.
back.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we get our time. Use it
Right.
wisely. So. That's my first thing. I
Gotcha.
won't say my
Okay.
next one. Yeah, time is my main. You'll get time back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say speed.
Go ahead,
I didn't
Denise.
like. I agree with Owen time, but I think speed of things. Like, just look at infrastructure. I think as a country, we're personally behind. I mean, on some of our infrastructure. So I think speed on like getting roads up to par, getting even as far as like work, just having to write documents, having to write emails, just get things done faster and cleaner. Um, like writing papers. Like the other day, I was thinking about an assignment, and it was over like 600 pages, and but it was like a collective group
Mm.
work. But it's like AI doesn't sound too bad right now, because it's just I could work on that, put my piece in, my coworker put their piece in, and we could just let AI write it, and then we just all go through our piece and just figure it out. And I think because I think speed is that's where sometimes we kind of lose focus, and I think that's where the good part of AI can come in, just getting things up to par. So we're not waiting like infrastructure again. We're not waiting for like the roads to be clear. Like summer vacation, how many times you think we're gonna see construction or caution ahead or like this road is closed because they're doing construction and they had all year to do it and they had all of
Right.
COVID to do it. I think with the matters of AI and working with that collectively in our infrastructure industry, that could really help us. So speed is mine. Hmm.
Okay. So time and speed. All right.
I add one more.
Great
I add
points.
one more.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
So
ahead.
and all like so like it also like it'll help with like contracts, business deals, mortgage it if you're signing off like for a mortgage, it'll help people be able to read these all this jargon, so all this lawyer talk. You can
That's
have
it.
AI break it
Mm-hmm.
down for you where you're not getting ripped off, right? Uh, Contracts that are now 900 pages long and they know you're not going to read it and they put the fine print where they pretty much are ripping you off. They no longer will have that.
Mm.
So I think it'll help with contracts. It'll help with things with law. Um, and I just think it'll be better for people now because sometimes people think things are just that's too much. I don't know that. Like I don't even understand what they're saying. Now you can say, yo, AI, you take your contract home, put it into your AI, have them read it for you and say, look, point out all the 10
Right.
things of why I shouldn't do this deal or I should.
T- Terms and
And no
conditions.
longer are you getting ripped off.
Terms and conditions. 60
Terms
to
and
two
conditions. You
pages.
got it, Denise.
All right.
You got it.
See, now that right there is a very good use of
Mm-hmm.
AI because one of the things I said is that why are these contracts and agreements extra wordy and extra complicated? Why can't we just have an agreement that's just straightforward and says this is what A is going to do, this is what B is going to do, and yada 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 yada. But it's like all of this verbiage and all of this like talking around things and not really talking about what actually matters. And I get it, it's the higher up jargon. I get it. But I mean, come on, man. Like, why we gotta make things so difficult, right? Anyway. But yeah, I think that's a great use of
Yeah.
AI. Terms and conditions, policies, contracts,
Mm-hmm.
agreements, all that. I am 100% for having AI explain to you why should I do this, why
Why
should
should
I
I
not?
not? Yep.
And then you make a educated decision on what you're going to do, right? So I agree with that. Time, agree with that. Getting your time back. So one thing we can't get back is time. I know people always say, "Oh, I got to get caught up on my sleep." Not gonna happen. You can't get the sleep time back that you lost. You can sleep, 8 hours tonight, but sleeping 5 hours
Right.
last night, you can't get that back. Like that's gone. Like that's just over and done with. You know, getting time back with your family, time back with your spouse, time back for you to do whatever it is that you want to or like to do, whatever that is. That stuff you can't get back. And so I think that's another amazing point. Not working as much, depending on your industry, Again, not being lazy, but also allowing AI to kind of assist, but not necessarily do for you. You know what I mean? So I think that's good too. Speed, more efficiency. Now I will say this from a speed perspective, that can be a positive or a negative depending on what industry you're in. Because some industries, if you're working with too much speed, not efficiency, but too much speed, where things are go moving too fast, it can cause things to happen that um, actually delay your business as opposed to making your business grow. Then you have other industries where speed and efficiency is what's needed, and it helps your business and industry grow and to be more effective in what you're doing. So I think it just depends on what industry that you're in. Um, and I think with that, again, that industry can kind of determine if speed or working faster is better for them or not. So, but I mean, all good and great points. The one thing that I would say is, I think from a video security perspective, I think that AI is good in that area. Um, and I think for sports, it's good too, because I think now we're getting a lot more detail on sports than what we had before, as far as instant replay, different angles, seeing things that we didn't see before. Now, I will say too, it does slow the game down a lot, whether it's football, basketball. I think for baseball, it's been monumental because baseball and this is, I can't speak for everyone because not everyone is not a baseball fan, but I think for baseball, it kind of made
Yeah.
baseball more relevant again because baseball was falling off and it was on its way to becoming obsolete. And I think technology and AI and all that, once the MLB embraced it, it actually helped that aspect of sports from a business standpoint and an entertainment standpoint. So I think that those are a great perspective. Soccer, all major sports, I think AI has as tennis. Again, you can see how that's working in tennis with the ball being caught out or in or things that did it hit the net, did it not? Because now you're looking at with human eyes and there's human error in that. And I think AI does a great job of helping tennis do what it does. So overall, I think all good perspective, all good things for AI. Anything else that anybody wants to add positively about AI and how we're working it now and what we may see AI doing for us in the future in a positive way?
Well, I think again, I think AI overall, personally, can be a great thing. Um,
Mhm.
I see the future. I think it's coming. It's been here. Anything they allow us
Mhm.
to do, they've been doing it for 30
Yeah.
years prior. You know what I mean? So like, if we're getting this large language model stuff, they've been working with it. You know what I mean? So now it's just being released to the public. I can only
Yeah.
imagine what's in the tuck, like what's behind the
Yeah.
scenes and what they're working on.
Mhm.
Again, just hopefully it's in the right hands, and I think it's going to be good and bad using it. And I just hope that it overall is a good thing, and then that we don't become like
Or
Terminator 2.
iRobot.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but I think
Right.
overall in the future it's going to be a great. I think it's going to be good. I do. I just think it's just
Yeah.
history, and we're now in a time where how often you're in a place like you read about this stuff back in the day when you go from horse and buggy to car, right? From car,
Mhm.
from tractor
Right.
trailer, you know what I mean? Like so, it's
Right.
happened over the years. We just weren't there to see it, but now we're actual, and they're calling this the what's this, the fourth or fifth revolution, something like that. They're calling it.
Mhm. Yeah.
And we're here to see it, and we're here for it.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're putting this back in the box. It's gone. So we better
Yeah.
learn it.
Yeah.
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 Get your mind right. Get your mind right. It's a frame of mind.
Any last words before we go? Is that your last
That's
word,
my
though? Is
last
that your
word. Yeah,
last
that's my
word?
last word.
All right, that's your last
That's my
word. All
last
right,
word.
Denise, what's your last word?
I'll say I just look forward to it, what it's gonna do in like my industry in pharmaceutical and logistics, just with A lot of the pharmaceutical drugs, like getting into these overseas companies to make the drugs to come back to the U.S. Because like sometimes like air shipment is taking 10, 15 days just to get to China, for instance. And then if it's like a sea shipment, it's taking like maybe 3 months.
Mm.
So I think just to having the advancement of that and the speed and incorporating AI in that, I think it's gonna be great. Just to you're not waiting like basically there's no more shortages basically, and there's more time and efficiency now that we can have AI in place. So that's that.
All right. Well, my last word is this: as long as AI don't turn into Ultron, I'm good. That's all I'm gonna
Some
say, man.
iRobot stuff.
You know what I mean? That too. You know, but you know, if AI is not transforming and taking over and imprisoning human beings, man, I'm good. You know, there's gonna be good and bad no matter what, and the hope is that the good outweighs
That's
the bad.
it.
You know, and I think that's in any walk of life. You just hope and pray that the good outweighs the bad, and that the good guys win, and the good side wins, and the bad side gets put in its place. You know what I mean? That's just the overall look of it. You know, and I think that the negatives are gonna be more on the quantity side than the positives are, but I believe the positives are gonna be more on the quality side than the negatives are on the quantity side. So it's kind of like, you know, you got, you know, a million feathers, but then you only have like, you know, a nugget of gold. A lot of feathers, but that nugget of gold, that's quality. So we're hoping that AI is the nugget of gold and the feathers just aren't even enough to outweigh it. You know, if you get what I'm saying. So, all right. Well, that's our show for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. What are your positives and negatives of AI? If you like, let us know. Hit us up at FFM Podcast at frameofmindinc.com or give us a call at 302-689-3499. Give us your thoughts and let us know what you guys think. Until next time, continue to think it, speak it, and achieve it. For myself, and Denise, like we always say, we holla. Thank you for joining the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. And as always, here at Frame of Mind Inc., think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. As our tagline says, think it, speak it, achieve it. See you next time.
It's a frame of mind. It's what you say and what you do.
Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.frameofmindinc.com, where you can browse our online apparel store, listen to some of our original music and production services, as well as view our videos and projects we've done for our clients and customers.